Hello, my name is Mark Angel B. Aparicio, and I'm a Year 2 CC student. So, what we were tasked to do for this first activity is to make a math quiz window with three difficulties: easy, moderate, and advanced. Each difficulty has 10 randomly generated questions and pass out a final score when all of the questions have been answered. So, here's an overview of my code. It can be divided into two parts: the main window and the questions window. Here is the code for the main window. The code displays a menu screen where you can click three buttons that are named for their own respective difficulties. And when you click on any of these buttons, it will destroy the main window and open the questions window. A few details I'd like to add are how I added its own photo icon in the top left of the window, as well as if you click on the advanced button, there will actually be a pop up asking for your confirmation to proceed, which the other difficulties don't have. Now, I decided to create a new window instead of erasing the widgets in the current window and add new ones on top of it because I wanted to challenge myself while also having the users get a clear indication that this is a separate experience from the main window. All three difficulties actually share the same window. The only difference is that the randomly generated problems are swapped out based on the chosen difficulty. So for the easy difficulty, it's only one digit, and then for the moderate, it's two digits, and for the advanced, it's three to four digits. I first planned to have each difficulty have their own separate windows, but I have found it optimal to optimize my code into three, sharing only one window and meeting the required code line limit. Now, for what I did on the logic of the question is that there are two variables that track two things: the points gained every time a question is correctly answered, and how many questions have been generated. The latter tells the code when to stop generating new questions and instead show that the user is finished after 10 questions, while the former will display your total score when all questions are finished. Also, the way I created and deleted widgets in the questions is by adding each label into a list, and then once the user is ready to proceed to the next question, therefore need a new blank screen to host the new questions, the label gets cleared, and the process repeats all and all over again. I too made it so that the only button you can press is the continue button by disabling the submit button. And after finishing the full 10 questions, you will have the option to go back to the main screen with a button so that you can go and pick a different difficulty. I also forgot to mention that once you continue to the next question, the submit button actually gets back on. And as well as there is another variable that tracks your attempts with each question. You are given two attempts, and whenever you get a question wrong, the amount of attempts will be subtracted by one. And if the attempts reach to zero, a new message will pop up telling you that the answer and to proceed to the next question. It will not reward you another tally to your score if you have zero attempts though, but the amount of questions you answers will. And then once the user continues, the attempts will be reset back to 2. And that's about it. This activity is definitely one of the harder ones, but allowed me to use Tkinter in a more profound way. I hope to see more unique challenges in later activities. Thank you.